Gary. It had been 9 years since we left Casey Fields with the 4 points. We obviously know there's been a few fixture quirks to allow for those circumstances, but it was all still a really great day for the club on Saturdays. We prevailed by 43 points against a high-quality opposition.
Yeah, it was, Sammy, and obviously pretty important for us, as we have been and like to do over the years, is just keep consistently challenging our boys, and I couldn't have asked for a better performance, really, when you think about what was served up. And Casey were coming off their best win of the season too, beating Essendon the week before. So it was probably the highest pressure game we've had this year, I would have thought. And when you want to participate in finals, you want to have that type of pressure, and only 1 point the difference at half time. I thought we could have probably improved with our finishing and potentially how we were moving the ball inside our forward 50, but they were deadly accurate, although I thought their goals were from very close distances, so they were very capable once they got inside their probably forward 30, and then to kick 10 goals in the second half and keep them to 2, I thought all the structures, the systems, the response from a couple of positional plays as well certainly gave us a really good idea of potentially what we're working towards. I thought we started to really get our hands on the game late in the third, and then how we started in the fourth was really professional and very clinical, and overall it was one of the best wins we've had here for quite some time.
It was a high-pressure game, as you said, almost like a final, and one of the best aspects of the win must have been the way in which we were able to absorb that pressure, but then really score well going back the other way when our chances presented. Yeah,
most definitely, and I think it's also too something that we consistently work on, is being able to play the way we would like. Obviously Bruce was coming in really good form, and of course Wale Buxton's been pretty impressive for them as well. Wagner's been in good form, Gent's been in good form, so for us to then stand up to that, and obviously Tommy Goodwin, who'd missed the week before, I thought some of his work off the ball in relation to when we didn't have it was really positive, and I think he might have ended up with something like 7 or 8 tackles, and I think we were 96 tackles for the game, and it just goes to show again what we, as I keep saying, working towards. There's always going to be room for improvements, but again, to come away with that type of pressure from a games perspective, and also too, unfortunately, Big Khan went down early as well, so for us to cover that very early on in the game was full of merit, and I was very proud of the players, I said after the game.
And individually there were some widespread contributions, but none more so than Shannon Lang. We all know he's had a personally tough last couple of years, and it's such a credit to him that he continues to play well in big games, isn't it? He played so well in that 2017 final series and then showed all of his best attributes on Saturday too.
Yeah, outstanding performance. When you're talking about a mid who had 31 touches and 3 goals, and I think he backed it up with about 6 or 7 tackles as well. It was an outstanding performance, and I'm just loving the way Shannon's going about his business, and truly professional, and the fact that we're obviously giving him a little bit more game time inside, I think really helps his game, and we're getting better balance. And obviously we lost Benny Jolly before the game, and a couple of debutants in Matty Gundry and old Chuckles Beasley, even though he's not old, but I thought they contributed as well to the win.
And so we've now got the uniqueness of a bye weekend coming up. How do you approach it, and what are the things going to look like in terms of training and possible home club appearances for the boys this week?
Yeah, we make a value decision on each individual, Sammy, because some guys have probably played 11 or 12 games in the last 3 months, so that's a pretty heavy workload. Obviously we get the week off, as you said, but then I think it's about another 6 weeks before we get another bye, so we've got to make sure that we're managing all the workloads of different players, some more so than others because they may be a little bit niggly with injury, so we'll individualise. So we'll train today, we'll train Wednesday, and there will be some guys that will go back to their home clubs at the end of the week, but most of the guys that have played around that sort of 10 or 11 games will have a weekend off.
Well, Gary, well done on the weekend. You've obviously got the boys playing some super footy at the minute. Enjoy the freshen up this week, and he's hoping we can keep the ball rolling against Collingwood in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Appreciate it.